fruits, some of them just containing water. Examining them over, you see the markings of a couple of the trade companies and the traders that are known to traffic through here. And it overall, you recognize some of the things that are trappings or markings or stamps of some of the outlying farms. It's such a hodgepodge collection. It's things that have been clearly stolen from so many different farms and places over probably the span of a couple years.
There's nothing here but trinkets and baubles.
This is good, honest folks. Pieces, like...
Did anybody report stolen goods?
Not to my knowledge.
Maybe he's just been skimming it off the side without many people noticing.
To flip back on that, stuff gets stolen around here all the time. Yeah.
Not unnatural for things to go missing.
Like there are brigands in the woods. There are caravans that do get attacked, that get ambushed. It happens all the time. Yeah.
With your permission, sir, madam, I'd like to attempt a sort of parlay with the beast.
If you can talk him down without being violent, then let's do it.
I lean up to the edge of the hole on one knee, and I kind of call down. Horace, we are here with a member of the Amethyst Academy in hopes of reversing the ailment that has befallen you. If you would please come up, we mean you no harm, and we would like to take a look at you to see if we can help. Again, we are here with the new member of the Amethyst Academy who has replaced your former uncle.
Make a persuasion check.
I get a 10.
The voice cries out, I thought I told you to go away. You want to yell words at me? You can come on down. And if I don't like the words you have to say, well, then we'll do it my way then.
It's quite a long way down. It would be better if you came up. We're not as nimble or dexterous as you, Horace.
Come down, or go forever.
Is there a ladder? If you're bidding us entrance, I'd very much like to know if there's an easier way down so that we may greet you.
When you come down, I promise not to stab you.
Well, that sounds just berries to me. All right.
Just like that little bird.
Now, Horace, you better show some better manners than that. I know your uncle taught you better. You be waiting down there. Don't you dare ambush us. I'm gonna give you a whacking.
Any ideas, Raphael?
I start pulling out rope.
I also have a robe, by the way.
I just start pulling out rope, like, let's come to this.
Who goes down first?
I'll go down first.
I mean, you are the sheriff. You know, out of the three of us, he would know you best.
Yeah, well, he knew Houdini too and stuck a skewer through him, so I don't know how glad
I
he's willing to be.
apologize.
Rudy,
that I
please.
was unable.
Here's some rope. Tie it together. That should make it down.
I tie the rope together and I tie it around my waist too, going down.
And we'll tie it off to maybe a big piece of rock.
A
Yep.
stalagmite.
Yep.
Stalagmite? up
Yeah,
here?
there's enough to tie it off to.
Okay.
All right.
So you go first, and then
Okay.
I like.
So you got the rope, you got it tied off. Go down, make an athletics check with advantage.
Oh, boy.
Um.
I must muscles. Let's go.
9.
Okay. You slip and stumble down the ropes. Make a dexterity saving throw.
11.
Okay, you are able to catch yourself, but in the process, your axes fall from your waist and clatter down at the bottom of the cavern.
These are my battle axes?
Yeah. Yeah, the rope goes wild and swings across the chimney, and as it clatters, your pack breaks open, and sending a bunch of your possessions, including your axes, down to the bottom.
You okay?
I got more axes. I'll get them on my way down. And I continue to go.
One more athletics check. Okay. You make it to the bottom.
I pick up my stuff as I go.
Hold,
okay.
Yeah, hold off. These guys are coming down next. Who's next?
I'm going.
I
Okay.
move out of the way.
Please catch me.
Okay. Athletics with advantage.
Rudy.
I ain't catching you. You fall.
Rudy. Bruce will save me. 18.
All right. You managed to make it down without incident. Wilhelm?
Guys, I'm nervous.
Still not catching you if you fall.
That doesn't reassure me.
I'll catch him. Don't worry. He just needs to
My hand's on your back.
know he can do it himself.
I got a 13.
And Wilhelm, you make it down. Okay. The three of you arrive down the rope at the bottom, where there is a large bonfire illuminating the room with octarine light. Casts strange shadows which writhe unnaturally as it hits the various stalactites and stalagmites that dot the floors and ceilings of this room. There is a large altar which has been made of several animal skulls, mostly those of cattle and deer and of the odd horse, arranged in a circle around three large. He's taken three large curving pieces of wood and carved not very well arcane. An attempt has been made to carve arcane runes into these slats of wood that have then been adorned with the full bodies of farm animals, their rib cages draped over them. The center is a stone box with a human skull and several bones and several daisies arranged around it. There's a large door of stone off to the side of the room, torches flanking it. And the rest of the chamber, there's a clatter. Beside the altar is this large glowing shard of delirium and the carcass of the deer. Elsewhere in the room are various possessions and belongings, bits of weapons, spears, other farm implements that can be used as weapons, and a large makeshift bed. Beside it, there is a chest and a stack of spellbooks and papers, several of which are badly damaged and have not been well taken care of. Many of them are open; their pages scattered about, as if someone has been trying to study them. Ineffectually, they're covered in mud and dirt and dust. Rudy, where your axes are, can't see them, and where this creature was, cannot see it either.
Horace.
You're down here now. What is it that you want?
We want to help you. You are in the presence of a dangerous mineral. It has corrupted you.
I know. It's not right, but I didn't mean for any of this to happen.
We know you did not. But there's something bigger happening here. You must let us come in and help you.
Don't need to help me. Can you you help my boy?
Where is he, Horace?
Points to the door. I think he's sick.
So, it's dark, right?
Yeah.
Even in the dark vision, can I see Horace at all?
He is invisible.
Horace, what is beyond that door?
It's my boy. He came, but you can't see his face. It seems like he might not have the full wherewithal of the presence of mind to explain, but he chokes out the words. Leah didn't make it. She didn't. I took her to the chapel, but she said there was nothing to do. She said there was nothing that she could do, and then she said I ought to run with her, that no one could know. So I brought her here, and she and my boy, he crawled out her belly, and he'd been sick ever since he'd been born. I tried to make him dinner, but I don't think.
How long has he been around?
Oh, couple seasons now, couple winters. And then all the toys started showing up, and they started telling me to feed them. And it said they could help me too. And he was talking, and he was saying that I needed to go to that farm and bring him that rock, that he needed it, that it would help him.
Who was saying this?
Well, it was the toys that play with him.
Toys.
Well, my boy, he was sick, but he would make these little toys, like the animals, like pets. All them spiky winged things, and they'd come around, he'd play with them, and he'd make them, he'd put them together, and it told me they were his toys, his playthings, pets, that they'd keep him safe, and I just needed to make sure there was always dinner for him.
Where are you, Horace? Show me your face.
Make a persuasion check.
12.
No. I didn't want anyone to see me. Didn't want anyone to see what was happening to me. I just kept feeding him, and then it kept happening to me. It's strange. It hurts.
Horace, why didn't you come see us in the village? You know we're family.
I did. I came. I came to her, and she sent me away.
Who sent you away?
It was the Flamekeeper, Katrin. I came to her. I didn't know what we needed for help, and she said just to go. Take Leah and go.
Just go? She had no right to tell you that.
This Flamekeeper, is she still in the village?
Yes. Yes, she is.
Yes.
Horace, we will have words with her after, but now we have to help your son. Does he obey you?
He's always only mean when he eats.
Has he eaten?
I was gonna feed him. And you feel there's a gesturing towards the carcass.
How about we go in and feed them together?
All right. Right.
Now, boy, you have something in mind. smack him back and hold up my hand.
Make a persuasion check.
15.
No. No, I don't want you to hurt my boy.
I can take him back on my own.
No, I don't think so. No.
I call one of my axes back to me as my weapon bond.
Ah, clever.
But only one.
Okay. Does it work if it's in someone else's possession?
I cannot be disarmed of the weapon unless I'm incapacitated, and I can summon it as a bonus action to my hand if it is on the same plane of existence.
Alrighty. You call it back to you.
And I put it away. I say, I'm not here to hurt you, but stealing ain't right. You know that.
Definitely from the sheriff of the town, you realize that you can't disarm the sheriff and take her weapons. You know this, Horace.
We ain't in town.
You're still under our jurisdiction, and we're here to protect you.
The door creaks openward on heavy stone grinding across the cavern floor. Go. You take a look.
You come show us.
I'm right with you.
I lead the way in.
I follow.
I'm with you. Creeping in.
Beyond the door, it curves forward. The smell that hits you is like nothing else. No smell of this earth. It's not even like the smell of death. It is pure bile and gasoline. This chemical rotting odor that fills your nostrils as you move close to it makes you gag for a moment. The octarine light bounces through this chamber, and as you come around the short bend into the cave beyond, you see before you it's just a horror. It's a writhing mass of infantile limbs, intestines flowing all around, this amorphous mass of flesh and rankness covered in eyes and suckling mouths. Here and there you glimpse a feature of an infant-like hand or a face of a young one or feet or something roughly smacking of human, but the whole is nothing more than a massive writhing pile of flesh, gnashing and clawing at itself.
This is
It is.
your boy.
It looks like it is twice the size of a horse.
What
He's
have
a
you been
growing boy.
feeding him?
Full deer. I'm eating well.
Guys, I have a bad feeling about this.
And I turn to Horace and I say, what's your boy's name?
I ain't thought about that. I ain't thought about my own name since you heard you say it.
Well, every strapping boy's got to have a good name.
Are you serious?
You got that deer? You brought that deer in for him?
Yeah.
Go ahead and feed him. While we discuss.
Wait. Horace, you said it's only mean when it
Oh, Delphi.
I close the door when it does.
Delphi did.
Maybe we hold off on dinner.
It screeches and whines and cries all at the same time.
Sir Raphael, any suggestions on how we can help here?
It seems to be born of a curse. This thing, I don't think it's much of a person anymore. We could
Was
get it back to my tower. Maybe we can help it. Horace, do we want to help you? We want to help your son.
I tried looking at my uncle's books. I got them over there by the bed. The toys kept telling me that if I got the rock, it would help him grow, that he'd get strong again. It would help him, right? The rock will help him, right?
It can. Show me where the rock is.
There by Leah. It's the shard of delirium is resting by the altar.
And that's where the skull is?
Well, you and him leave the room to look at the rock. I turn to Rudy and I'm like, I don't see a situation where this ends well for this boy.
See if Raph has anything that can help him, but this isn't natural.
I want to help Horace, but I mean, if there's no magic that can help us here, then what's our options?
What is Horace revealed himself yet?
Putting it down.
Okay.
Putting it down's the only option. He's creating things that are killing townsfolk.
Yes, but if we put the boy down, Horace will.
Do you? Yeah. Sorry, Joe.
Is the rock in the same room as his son? The big
No.
flesh?
If you see the layout of the room here, the rock is with the altar where the skull is, and then
in
the
here.
boy is in the other chamber.
Okay. I need to see the books, Horace. Can you show me the books?
The stack of books beside the rough cot topple over.
So he's like going over there to look at them.
Here.
I'm gonna start shifting through them, looking for any signs of like what's going on here? What kind of spells?
There's a series of entries. It's Grumbleskin's personal journal. He's been keeping an immaculate record of the events of Tierhaven while he was here. You flip towards the end, the last few entries. There's a few notes and a few pages that have been torn out and put back in. Maybe Lumpy or Horace was trying to look at them. One is a page from 15 years ago, where Grumbleskin writes of a farmer, one Gunter Herlick, knocking at his door late at night. And the date is the same date, the day after that meteor hit the town of Drakenheim. And Herlick told Grumbleskin that a piece of a star fell on his farm. Grumbleskin writes about how he came and saw the rock, took a few samples of it, and recommended that Gunter Herlick bury the rest until he knew what to make of it. It seems that Grumbleskin visited the farm himself a few times over the years to retrieve more pieces for himself and his own work, that he was studying it, trying to imbibe it. And then he comes to one passage where seems to indicate that, discovering rather early on that it needed to be handled with gloves. For he remarks about how he brought young Lumpy with him to try to help handle it, and that a piece had become embedded in Lumpy's leg and had been festering there unremoved for almost 15 years.
Horace, you assisted Grumbleskin.
My uncle, yeah.
Will you assist me as you did him?
You some kind of mage?
I am. I come from the Amethyst Academy. Me and Grumbleskin both serve. We both serve them, and I have the skills to help your son, but I do not have the knowledge. You need to help me help your son. Can you do that?
What do you need me to do?
I need you to take this rock and put it back where you found it.
In the farm?
In the farm.
My boy says the toys say he needs it. They told me to go get it.
Do you believe your son, who is infected, who's hurt by this?
No, he ain't hurt. He's just a little sick. He knows. He's just a little sick. He can get better. He knows.
Grumbleskin.
Are you trying to steal it from me?
No, it is too dangerous to be held.
I know.
Grumbleskin says that it infected you. Is this true?
It was an accident. I didn't mean to. I'm not sick anymore. It made me better.
Do you feel better?
No.
Do you trust me?
No.
Do you trust your son? Do you believe that Grumbleskin could have helped you?
He died.
How did he die?
One day he just didn't wake up.
Where was he?
In the tower. Leah helped me. Leah took care of me. I could trust Leah. But then she got sick too. She said we had to go to the Flamekeeper. She said she was going to have a child. Flamekeeper sent us away. We had to come here, and she died.
Where did she die?
Here.
Is that her gesture to the...
Yeah.
Did you make this altar?
Yeah, it's a grave.
Who told you to make it?
No one. I did it.
It's a very intricate. Did you carve these runes yourself?
Yeah.
Why did you choose these runes?
I don't know. It just felt right.
Interesting. Did you learn them from Grumbleskin?
I think I saw him maybe in one of his books.
Can you show me which book?
He knocks over one of the spell books.
I'm gonna grab it. Start sifting through it again.
Yeah, there's a fair number of spells in here that could summon demons, or, Grumbleskin was pretty into the old summoning thing.
No. But I was the bad one. I mean, I don't say that out loud or anything.
We're still in the other room with this smelly mass of
Uncut.
horribleness.
Yes, Bruce, this is quite concerning. Grumbleskin, I think it's important that you help us.
Grumbleskin's dead.
Pardon,
Horace.
Horace, it's of vital importance that you show me the wound you suffered 15 years ago. It could help understand how to reverse what's happened to your son. I'm here to help you.
Make a persuasion check.
18. Or sorry. Yeah, 18.
He appears. He is massive, almost 12 feet tall, rippling with muscle. He's got a large face and a massive nose and big pronounced chin. Big belly, kind of rippling, but muscle all rippling along his arms. He's wearing rags that he's has sashed together, but he's got wrappings around both of his legs. And he sits down on one of the bits of rock in the chamber and unwraps his leg. His skin is a purpley blue color. And as he unwraps his leg, there's glowing, octarine glow going all up his blood veins from his leg, as at the base of his foot, wrapped up around, and underneath the skin now, and by the quick look of it, perhaps even fused into the bone, is a small fragment of delirium. And the whole leg has turned almost octarine, and the octarine goes up the
Nice place.
in the leg. It gives him a very pronounced limp when he walks. And the other foot in the lower part of the limb is almost like more elephantine than a human foot now.
And he's about the same height. Is he? How tall is he?
He's about 12 feet tall.
Wow.
Yeah. Whatever this has done to him has caused him to grow to massive proportions. He was a big kid, but he is big.
Horace, does it hurt?
All time.
Is there anything you do to remedy the pain?
Sometimes when I kill them animals, feels okay.
That's super Horace, you want to help your son. Would you do anything for him?
I love him. He's my boy.
You want to help him? You want to save him?
More than anything.
You need to return the rock to the shed where you found it buried. And I'm going to cast Suggestion.
Okay.
It's DC 16.
Wisdom?
Wisdom.
I get a 15. All right. I will. And he goes and he picks up the shard with his bare hands, steps at the base of the chasm, looks in his own self, and he begins to fly and lifts himself up the chasm and flies out. And he walks away. And then
I'm going to go back into the room and go,
And you walk in, and me and Rudy are just like, what do you mean we have to kill the kid? Are you sure?
Of course.
What about?
Not even a kid.
Horace is returning the rock.
So
the
he's not.
shard of
That's
Desirium.
good.
So he's not
Did you
here
get
right
my
now?
axe?
No.
Did you take it with him?
He might still have it. He has it, right?
Yeah.
Does he have it?
Oh, no.
This might be our chance to either deal with his son, or at least we've removed Horace from the situation.
Question. Can you happen to cause a cave-in?
How sturdy does the overall?
you need some bombs. You need some explosives.
Do you have any magic?
The challenge
help.
would be Horace is quite the creature. He is about 12 feet in height and of massive strength, and he can fly for some reason.
Wait,
And
he
it's
could
very
fly?
unsafe. He can fly. He can fly. He can fly.
Why was he walking around the woods if he could?
It's unsettling to say the least, but we must move quickly.
There's no way that we kill this child, I'm going to call it.
The most important thing is to not think of it like a child, but to think of it like a mound of flesh. It will be much easier to stab it and shoot it with arrows as you do, Wilhelm.
But then there'll be evidence. Evidence.
no-
You need to not be crushed by that 12-foot creature up there.
There's no way we get out of this without Horace being horribly upset with us.
Yes.
That's what I mean by cave-in.
He's currently returning the rock to where he found it. He believes it will help.
Sir, Raphael,
Yes.
honest question.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think there's a chance to save Horace?
No. This rock, it's something the Academy warned me about. The Grumbleskin had been keeping a diary of the happenings, and do you know of the event 15 years ago in the city of Drakenheim?
Well, everybody knows. It started all of this. It started the Civil War. It started... Westamar changed forever. If you don't know about it, you know about it.
Of course it is.
So,
There are all these rumors and tales about this star that fell from the sky, but
Uh-huh.
what's that got to do with Deerhaven?
a piece landed in the fields where we found the shed. It slowly corrupted Gunther, and it embedded itself in Lumpy's leg. So we know that this is only going to cause evil.
But he's still Horace.
He is an abomination of what he used to be. I believe it. That he needs to die.
He's deformed, yes, but he's...
Could the Academy have anything that they could help him out with? Could we send him to the Academy and have them look into it?
I've heard of treatments that can potentially ease the passing, the pain that they live in. However, I have not heard of anything that could reverse what's happened to him.
It sounds like someone else has been in this situation before. Could they not use Horace to potentially find a cure?
Maybe, but I believe the risk to be too great.
I'm having a hard time only because I'm a hunter. I hunt beasts. I've hunted beasts my whole life. I never fought in any wars. To me, this is still a man. A monstrous man, but a man nonetheless. And I've never stricken a man down.
Lucky I haven't had the experience with that.
And I vow to protect the innocent, and he's an innocent.
Is he?
A little bit of
Attacks
stealing.
the wagons he's killed. How many creatures? We only know of the ones that he has killed.
He kills forest creatures. So do we. We hunt for food, and
Wasn't one of your hunters injured recently?
we don't know if it was by Horace. But what conclusive evidence do you have?
Do I remember what happened to his friend in terms of what actually like injuries were?
He said it was like something came out of nowhere.
Need these for my daughter so she can put them somewhere at the new house.
That's what my boy said.
We should, while Horace is returning the rock, we should investigate his room. I will retrieve Grumbleskin's diaries. We should look for any clues.
What about
the-
this thing? The smelly mound of flesh.
It's seems to be under control for the moment.
How long is it going to take for Forrest to get back?
I do not know.
You're reckoning.
It'll probably take him about an hour to get back to the farm, but by then he'll return the rock, and your spell will have expired. Or suggestion lasts up to an hour or up to 8 hours.
It just kind of does it up to 8 hours.
Okay, so yeah, as long as you're concentrating, it'll continue and then complete the task.
Yeah.
So he'll probably be gone for at least an hour, if not 2, as long as you continue concentrating on the spell.
Do we need to put down this thing? This thing's, it's been making those other things that keep shooting spines at us and
That's
biting
where
us.
that's where I have an issue, because who knows who could be caught next in their
That's-
trouble.
Unlike Horus, who is still a sentient humanoid creature, this is a squealing mound of flesh creating monsters.
But you think Horus is gonna let us just put him down?
No, but if we can perhaps justify that he murdered your boy's friend, then maybe by the law we could put him down.
I'm gonna
If-
start looking for human
if it has
remains
to
that
be
go
that way.
beyond Leah's in the other room.
Oh, there definitely are.
Human
Well,
remains.
that was easy.
Oh,
Yeah.
no.
Yeah.
He has gone too far.
What
He's
about his
hurting
personal
people.
effects? Does he have anything in here that? Does he have any like trinkets or?
Yeah. The vast majority of the remains are animal, but there are a few human, other bits of human remains in the midst.
I worry that Horus is too far gone for our help. There might be those more powerful than myself who could do more for him. However, whether we can convince him or not to leave his son, leave this cave, he appears to be a danger to the immediate community. I think we need to extinguish his flame.
Many over you at this point. Unfortunately, we have to think about the other members of this community. If they're going to get harmed, if they're going to get brought into this, I need to protect them as sheriff.
Lost down here.
Well,
Can always dig up, but
never use your skills against the innocent. And rule number 78, always use your skills to protect the innocent. In this case, by seeing these human remains here, it seems that Horus is not innocent, and these people he murdered were. I am okay with this course of action.
All
Is
right.
the flames, have they returned to normal, or are they still flickering like a
They're still flickering.
weird
Yep.
magic?
There's a magical bonfire here.
Is there any other signs of like delirium in the room other than the big shard that left?
Other than the big shard, there's the presence of magic here is tangible. The other presence of delirium is walking around inside Horus's leg.
I want to touch the altar and cast Identify as a ritual.
Mhm.
Is it magical? Did he just wing it, or did he put something together?
What is here is unequivocally an amateur's failure. There are residuals of magic in here, but it lacks a focus that it would have had with that piece of delirium. So while what he was doing was wild and unpredictable, with a shard of delirium in the mix, he could have done something really bad.
We need to shut this whole operation down.
yeah, bro.
Forced to return, and we can deal with him, and then his son.
I think we deal with his son now while he's away.
Do the sun while he's out.
Agreed.
Got a question. Do we cause a cave in, or do we just straight up go hacking?
Well, the problem is we can't fly, so when we cause a cave-in, we still have to climb out of here. Do you just mean in that room?
In that room.
Oh,
Just in that room. The ceiling falls down. It's
Like, are
not
you
good
trying to-
carpentry, you
can I-
know?
Rudy, are you slowly trying to remove yourself from the immediate hand of fate that deals the killing blow to this creature?
I mean, I'm no stranger to dealing killer blows,
I know that.
but
Would it help you rest
I
easier to know that
think
it is?
that if he goes in and he sees that his son was murdered, he's going to automatically think it was us. Where there just happens to be rocks that fall from the ceiling.
it couldn't have possibly been the three strangers who wandered into his home and
You never
he
know
left with his son.
when dangerous caves happen like that. So,
The question is, do we have the means to cause such?
I wish I had, but it is
No
beyond my
explosions.
capabilities.
If
no boom.
if we're putting Horace down as well, then it really doesn't matter what he thinks of what we do to his son. Now does it?
All right,
Um,
let's go murder this thing.
let's go murder his son.
Pour out my rapier. Clean the
I don't
blood
feel
off
great
of
about
it.
this, but I have one of my what is it? One of my battle axes. The other has to be a hand axe, I guess.
Okay.
This doesn't feel great, but it is a necessary step.
Roll for initiative. Place your fingers there. On the nest. Yeah.
On the nest.
Our figures are over there.
It's not that far away.
Okay.
Zowie.
Rudy?
14.
20.
Yep.
And also 20, but Wilhelm can go first.
I accept.
Okay. Alrighty. As you enter back into the room and open the door, without its father present, the creature is thrashing about wildly and it howls out from multiple mouths. Wilhelm, you are first to act.
I won't lie, I feel much better about this. This thing is horrifying. And I charge forward and
As you do, you are hit with the wall of its smell. Make a Constitution saving throw.
You've never smelled like this before.
I get a 4.
You are poisoned.
Oh.
Feel like you might retch.
You run up.
Yeah, I start like I throw up in my mouth a little bit.
Yeah. So that gives you disadvantage on ability checks and attack rolls.
That is unfortunate. There goes my sneak attack. So as I'm like going to land the perfect shot,
You kind of throw up a little
I
in your
throw
mouth.
up a little in my mouth, and I 12.
That is a miss. You go to stab, and its outer hide, all this fleshy mass, is like stabbing steel.
I reel back and clamber backwards against the wall next to Rudy, and you try.
Wrath, it's your turn.
I'm going to just start hurling bolts of
Kidding me?
at it,
And stack it.
of force. 18
That's a hit.
and 17
Both hit.
for 22 damage total.
Nice. Alrighty. Rudy.
So you gotta do it like this. And I go towards this smelly thing. What do I roll?
Roll a Constitution saving throw.
21.
Okay, you love it. You love it. Rudy's changed diapers. Let me tell you that smell.
You ever ever change a shifter baby's diapers? You don't want to go in.
Yeah, you know what they eat?
Normally a couple of them at a time. Some are potty trained. It's just.
Are you saying this while you're talking? You're like, see, when you change it up,
Mad. I take my battle axe.
She's used to it.
25 to hit.
A hit. Do you want to resolve all the hits, then roll all the
Okay,
damage
cool.
together? Yeah.
And
A crit. Wow.
On fire tonight.
And then 11.
That's a miss. So 1 hit, 1 crit, and a miss. Not bad.
Okay. 12 on the first, and then because I'm using my hand axe for the second, it's
The first 2 attacks are always made with your primary hand. The third is the bonus action.
Oh,
So
okay.
yeah.
So then, 14. for the
So
second.
11 and 14?
Yeah.
It's 25 total.
Nice.
Nice. The child globbers back and sends out a trail of bile in a line. 3 of you in a straight line.
Yep.
Almost. for the
All
most
right, you
part.
can all make dexterity saving throws.
Ah!
9.
26.
17.
Okay. You 2 succeed, you fail. Rudy, you take 27 points of acid damage. The other 2 of you take 13 each. And I need a concentration check on suggestion.
And you said it was acid?
Yes.
Can I use my reaction to absorb elements?
Yes, you can.
I got a 6.
Okay, so your concentration on suggestion has ended.
Uh-oh.
Somewhere further away, Horace has the sudden moment of realization.
Uh-oh.
Do you know this?
Yeah, do I realize it? Horace is going to be returning soon with a giant shard of delirium that lets him fly.
That's a problem.
Resistance.
So
We
it's
should
half
dispatch
damage,
his
so you only
son
take
quickly.
13. Yeah.
Oh.
Okay. Wilhelm, it is your turn.
I tried as well. I hold my breath. Actually, you know what? I'm slumped up against the wall. I'm like, I'm staying back here, and I'm going to shoot it with my crossbow.
Okay.
I get an 11. There we go. I get a 26.
That is a hit. Yeah. And you are only poisoned until the child's next turn, so you're no longer poisoned. So there's-
Right.
yeah.
Yeah.
I do. 7 damage.
You do get sneak
Oh,
attack, because
sneak
Rudy's beside it. Yeah.
Oh, yes. 18 damage.
Total?
Yes.
Okay. Nice. Shot blares out, and a small eyeball pops, sending a burst of acid everywhere. Wrath, you're up.
I'm going to continue to pelt it with magical energy. I get a total miss and like a 22 for 8 damage.
Cool.
We must plan our
Escape.
yes.
But we're not gonna kill it.
Horace will return soon.
You go distract him.
Okay.
If he's coming. We're gonna finish up in here.
Rudy, it's your turn.
Continue to take all the hits.
And now your attacks deal acid damage, because you absorbed elements. So your attacks deal an extra d6 acid damage.
Yeah.
On hit.
10.
That is a miss. Bounces off its knobbly hide.
17.
A hit.
So that's,
And an extra d6 acid, which itself is not immune to.
9 regular damage and 6 acid damage.
Okay.
And last shot with my hand axe. Ooh, 25.
A hit.
10 damage.
Cool.
Chop, chop, chop,
out of time, Rudy. Chop, chop.
Rudy. Its amorphous mass slouches past you in protopian with it's almost like primordial ooze as it slithers past in this way, interposing itself between yourself and Wilhelm,
Ooh.
and it attacks both of you,
Ooh.
getting a critical hit against Rudy
Oh no!
and an 11 against Wilhelm.
I dodge.
Rudy, you
cartwheel out of the
take
way.
20 points of bludgeoning damage. And you are engulfed by it. It draws you in. The tendrils, small limbs, legs pulling you into its mass, and you are grappled, and you are now blinded and restrained and unable to breathe.
Rudy?
Rudy!
Raphael, you have to get her out of there.
Yes, the fastest way to get it out is to blow it up.
What?
Wilhelm, it's your turn.
Continue stabbing, Wilhelm.
What if I stab her? Did I see where she kind of got like sucked?
You can see like she's getting pulled inside it.
I try to stab in a direction that won't injure
Okay.
Rudy.
Yep.
I crit miss.
Okay.
As my blade gets like stuck in it and like doesn't hurt it, I take out my crossbow and I fire
And I
at
say,
point blank range. The bolt sticks on it as well, but doesn't pierce the skin. And I pull my blade out.
As you stab in, Rudy, you feel the side of Wilhelm's rapier, the cold steel just go right beside your cheek. Yeah.
And I pull back and kind of go behind Raphael and lean up against the wall again, and I'm like, I can't hurt this thing. Use your magic.
Keep stabbing.
I'm trying.
We can kill
I
him.
may have just stabbed Rudy. I'm not sure. Rudy, are you okay? I don't think she's okay.
I know.
Wrath, it's your turn.
I'm gonna continue pelting it. This time, Bruce is gonna get involved. I did not know it was this powerful. Like a 26.
Oh, you're close enough to it now though that you need to roll to smell it.
Oh. I get a 10.
You fail, so you're poisoned.
Ugh.
Ah!
So that first shot has disadvantage, which
Um,
cancels out from Bruce, so it's just straight normal.
21.
That's a hit, and the second shot then has disadvantage.
Oh, miss.
Okay, 21 hits though.
14 damage.
Alrighty, it's still kicking.
Oh.
Rudy,
All right. So can I can break out of it using a strength?
yes. So you are suffocating. You can hold your breath you can because you got engulfed. You can survive for a number of rounds equal to your Constitution modifier before dropping to 0 hit points because you were unexpectedly pulled into a situation where you could not breathe.
So this is round number 1.
Cool.
Yeah.
And so I can try to get out?
Yep.
Okay. What do I roll?
You have to escape its grasp. You can roll athletics or acrobatics.
27.
You claw your way out and push your way out. You are covered in protoplasmic goo.
Is that right?
Yeah, that's
I'm
right.
gonna action surge.
Yeah.
Take 2 shots at it using my axes.
Okay.
Rude. 17.
That is a hit.
6 damage, and for the offhand, 25 to hit.
A hit.
8 damage.
Okay. It's still kicking.
I'm alright.
Oh my gosh.
And it
I'm wavering a little.
it grasps out towards both you and Wrath now,
Ah!
trying to draw you back in. So
Uh-oh.
Rudy, I get an 18 against you, and Wrath, I get a 20 against you.
Oh yeah, that hits.
Okay, so both of you are hit. And Wrath, you take 13 points of damage, and Rudy, you take 14 points of damage.
I am dead.
Okay,
No!
Rudy, you're being drawn into the creature again,
I hate this.
and so are you, Wrath. Both being absorbed by it.
Well, how?
Is it my turn?
It is your turn, Willow.
I look down at my blade and I'm like, oh gods, this better work this time. And I'm going to run at the beast.
Okay, roll to resist the smell.
Yep. I got a 14.
You succeed!
Yes!
Grit it!
And I pierce the beast. 16.
That is a hit.
All right. I'm going to use sneak attack.
I'm right beside him.
They're inside it. So effectively, this is the swashbuckler condition where it's no one else. Like, I'm going to rule that no one else is effectively beside it because it's absorbing them into its body.
Big money, big money, big money.
18 damage.
You stab deeply into it, and there's a moment where its muscles relax, and it just dribbles down into a pile of primordial goo, leaving behind only Rudy and Wrath as they're choking and covered in the goo of this creature.
I hoist Rudy up, and I take one of her... Do you have any healing potions? I take the healing potion off her belt and pour it down her throat and like kind of smack her awake. Snap out of it.
That was not great.
Somewhere in
fought
the
bravely.
wilderness, a father screams out, knowing that his child has died. And that is where we're going to end tonight. Uh-oh!
Oh boy. Oh, Horace. We did not make
He
friends.
is not gonna like what we did to his child.
That wraps it up for this evening. Thank you so much to our cast, Kelly, Jill, and Joe, for playing.
And a huge thank you to Kyle for keeping everything running behind the scenes. Great job. Yeah.
Woo!
Thanks, Kyle.
And always a big shout out to Tabletop Audio, especially for their contribution to our intro music. Please check it out at tabletopaudio.com. It's all free, and it is a great way to elevate your games at home.
Don't forget to take a look at the links below for our Teespring store, where you can check out all your favorite Dungeon Dudes t-shirts, or you can take a look at the link bit.ly/Dungeon Dudes merch.
If you are enjoying the stream and want to help support our work, please check us out on Patreon. You can find it by following the links below or at patreon.com/dungeon_dudes.
Also, make sure to join our phenomenal Discord community that is exclusive for our patrons. You can chat with all of us on there about anything you'd like, about what's going on in Shadows of Drakkenheim, or any other D&D things that you have to talk about, or just come hang out.
Kelly and I post new videos every Thursday where we cover everything Dungeons & Dragons on our YouTube channel, including advice for Dungeon Masters and guides for players. Just a small note, normally you can join us every Tuesday when we record the campaign live on Twitch, but next Tuesday we are taking the week off due to some work conflicts. Sad. So we will be taking the week off there, but we will be back on February 4th. So an extra week from now at 6 p.m. here on Twitch with the show rolling out live. And of course, you can always check us out as well on major podcast platforms too. We have a podcast version of Drakkenheim out on Apple Play, Google, the Apple Podcast, Google Play, and Spotify as well. So there's lots of ways to enjoy both this season and season 1 of Drakkenheim if you haven't caught up all the way yet.
Oh, yeah.
That, I think it's just thank yous.
Yeah. Yeah.
Thank you so much for watching, and we will see you next time in the Shadows of Drakkenheim. Good evening, and welcome back to the Shadows of Drakkenheim. My name is Monty Martin, and this is the Dungeon Dudes weekly Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition live stream campaign. I'm running the game as Dungeon Master.
And my name is Kelly McLaughlin, playing Wilhelm Wolfsbane, the human swashbuckler rogue. And we're joined today by our good friends.
Jill Denitis playing Rudy Whitaker, the shifter Eldritch Knight.
And Joe O'Gorman playing Wrath, the Aasimar Pact of the Tome Warlock of the Great Old One.
We got it.
I nailed it. I wrote it down and everything.
Thank you for joining us once again. If you are just tuning in for the very first time, Kelly and I post new videos every Thursday on our YouTube channel where we cover everything Dungeons & Dragons, including advice for players and guides for dungeon masters. You can find that all at youtube.com/dungeondudes.
You can also join us on Tuesday nights when we record the campaign live on Twitch. Check us out at 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. Eastern Time at twitch.tv/dungeon_dudes. You can also watch all of the video episodes of the show on YouTube.
And all episodes of Season 1 of Dungeons of Drakkenheim are now available on major podcast formats like Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and Google Play. So all 52 episodes from our very first season are now fully available in podcast format. Thank you very much to the incredible Kyle for getting that all together. He labored very, very much to remaster it all. And from here on out, the podcast versions of Shadows of Drakkenheim will launch alongside the YouTube release on Fridays. So both those will go live on YouTube and on podcast formats at the same time. So you can choose the best way you want to enjoy the show.
Of course, don't forget to take a look at the links below for our Teespring store, where you can see all of your favorite Dungeon Dudes t-shirts, including things like Yes, Yes, Yes. No? Troll Killer and the Dungeon Dudes logo. So take a look at bit.ly/DungeonDudesMerch.
With that, let us return to the shadows.
Drakkenheim is no more. For 15 years, we foolishly believed the madness and mayhem of that crumbling city was confined to the ruins. We were wrong. Insidious horrors have crept out of the shadow of Drakkenheim into a world unprepared for such nightmares. Tales of strange magic, swirling haze, and unspeakable terrors echo through the villages and towns surrounding that accursed place. Now, the Dusk Wardens, a new band of heroes, are tasked with driving out the seeping tendrils of the spreading darkness before it takes root.
Welcome back to the Shadows. When last we left our heroes, they had delved into the depths of a strange cave in the forested regions outside Tyrhaven, deep in the Octenwald forests. There they found the lair of Horus, a former member of the town of Tyrhaven and the nephew of the old wizard of the Amethyst Academy, Grummelskin. Horus had concealed a terrible secret. Delirium embedded in his leg years ago, and a child of pure and utter madness. Our heroes managed to trick Horus into leaving the safety of his cave long enough for them to put down the horrible pregnancy that he had been keeping a secret for years. The creature destroyed. Our heroes are battered and wounded in the depths of this cave, with Horus still at large, clutching the shard of delirium in his hands. What will you do?
What do we do?
I ain't doing too well right now.
There are some remaining gurgles of the mass of flesh and limbs, bile and blood coagulating on the cavern floors in front of you. You are deep underground. This sanctum that Horus has kept has the chamber off the main portion, which he has barred in his child in a ramshackle nest of bones and blood. The larger chamber itself is only accessible via a shaft that it still has the rope you strung down it to come through here. It's some 60 feet back up to the surface and then through the caverns to the exit outside. Within this chamber are all manner of Horus's personal effects, the remains of several meals, piles of books and scrolls and other papers that he stole from Grummelskin, and what bits and pieces of salvage and other goods that he has stolen from farms and caravans over the years. Finally, there is the makeshift shrine that he put together here, upon which rests a few human bones.
I have unfortunate news. The magic used to keep Horus away has worn off.
Oh no.
He will be returning shortly.
Are we in any condition to see him?
Perhaps there's a way we can reason with him. Now, he has to realize that his son was an abomination, right?
But he ain't right in the mind right now. How are we going to convince him that killing his son was the best thing for this town?
He also has the shard, the rock of delirium. I do not think he will be in any verbal state.
I mean, we can't fight, and we haven't got much time. We need to act now.
Maybe we need to climb.
Get out of here? Let's make our way out as fast as we can.
That might be the best course of action. If we can return to my laboratory, by the time he returns here, maybe we can find a way to contain the threat.
Well, do we know how far away he is?
What if he starts rampaging through town?
What if he goes after my children? He knows me. He knows my family. I can't put them in danger.
If he comes here and we're gone and his son is gone too, then...
Well, he's not gone. He's on the ground right now.
He's still there.
Parts of it are still pulsing on the ground as fluid and other bile are released from the wounds you hacked into it. Some of the eyes still blink, although most of them are glassed over. Some of the mouths still gurgle, and some of the limbs and fingers twitch.
Should we collapse the cave? Plan A. Should we go back to it?
You keep bringing that plan up, but how do you propose we do that?
I'm sure Wrath has something up his sleeve. He can.
Wrath, can you blow up
He's
caves?
magic.
I could attempt to create a thunderous roar in the weaker part of the cave. I do not know if it will damage it enough to collapse it.
Do you have enough magic left to do that?
Yes, but it might be all I have left until we can return to my observatory.
I don't like leaving you without something to defend yourself with.
I look at the bubbling body and I'm like, Wrath, what if you get in there and just move around a bit and pretend to be the sun?
To pretend to be a big blob?
You want me to deceive him? Wear like a mask? Or
I've seen you do it before. In the farm, you terrified me by putting on the mask of a man we just murdered, and
I just don't know if I have the capability to impersonate such a specimen.
What if we...
Limitations.
I'm not much of a liar, but I'm putting together an idea here. What if you pretend to be a cured son?
Yes, we could. As if the removal of the delirium cured me. And as he returns, maybe we can convince him to return to my observatory for fear of it
reversing the new found effect.
So
He needs to remove the delirium from the immediate area. But where can we go? He could go to my observatory. I do not know if I have the means to contain such a beast.
So, what are we gonna do about the big pile that's right there? Is it gonna be like your shell that you came out of or something?
I have emerged from my cocoon.
Like a beautiful butterfly.
like the butterflies of nature. Yes.
Bruce, does this make any sense to you?
In Bruce's world, this is a very common occurrence for all living things.
To emerge from
Cocoons. He's very much not bewildered by it. He actually doesn't understand why we are so perplexed.
I take it back. This plan sounds horrible.
I think.
No, you're onto something.
Can we discuss the plan as we go up this rope? Should we do it upstairs or be caught down here where he can?
Yes, let's climb.
Okay. Now who's going
Yes.
first?
I'll go first. I head to the rope and I start like wall running up, holding the rope and trying to get up as quickly
Okay.
as possible.
You can each roll me one athletics or acrobatics check to scurry back up.
20.
17.
17.
Okay. Remarkably easier to get back up and out than get back down, it seems. The three of you scurry back up without any incident. You've made you've made a snap decision and gotten back up and out. Where will you go from here? Are you going to stay in the caves or are you going to leave?
Do we wait for him or do we try to seek him out?
Well,
Well, I'm going
issue is
offline now, so catch you tomorrow.
is invisible, and he might be on his way or right behind us right now.
And just to confirm, was there, before you scurry all the way up, what did you take from the belongings down there?
I took the journal of Grumbleskin.
Okay.
I don't see, we didn't disrupt the altar.
No.
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 Okay. So you're leaving the bones, the altar in place, but you're taking the reading materials.
Yeah, because it had those markings that I was like trying to figure out.
Okay.
I'm not one to start messing with people's altars. That usually doesn't end well.
His belongings, not mine.
Okay.
You don't want to change his altar? Really reached on that one. Sorry. Can we just go?
Is there a way, perhaps, that we could make an invisible creature visible? Is there, like, throw dust on it or
Didn't you say you're
Well, have a good night. I'm going to bed now, so yeah.
Bruce is
Good night or good morning, perhaps.